Hello and welcome to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's Saturday episode we take a look at the special edition Ford Granada GLS. Welcome back, and if you're new to Quartzlight, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube, looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s and sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in car brochures and cars in general, please consider subscribing. Anyway, like I say, today's Saturday. Every Saturday we look at a special edition version of a car, and today's is the Granada GLS, so let's have a look at that now. And here it is, the special edition Granada GLS, as it says at the top there. And you would be forgiven to miss this as a special edition. After all, GLS is nothing unusual, isn't it? We had a Sierra GLS, didn't we? A little bit sporty, sort of red inserts on the bumper, sort of the sportier model. This doesn't appear to be trying to be sporty, as you can see. Bumpers, we've got that imitation chrome look round the bumpers, which usually meant a more standard looking model. Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit further. And here it is, pretty well equipped though. This is 1989 incidentally. Looks like we've got washers on the headlamps there. We've got a bit of a sunroof. I do particularly like this shade of green for it, although there were different colour options which we'll see at the end. Looks like we also got little fog lamps at the bottom there. I presume they are fog lamps anyway. The wheels, they look alloys, but they're actually just wheel trims, so that's a little bit of a negative. We do have wheel trims on this model. But anyway, let's open the brochure up and see exactly what you did get for this GLS version. So this particular brochure, you can see when I open up, it's like a double-sided, a bit like a brochure, but with all of these pages, so we're straight into the centre pages, if you will. But there is some nice images of the various different features of this special edition Granada GLS. We'll start by looking at the text, which tells us some of the equipment it's got, and then we'll look at some of these images. So it starts by saying a silky smooth powertrain and a lavish interior combined to make the limited edition Granada an irresistible combination of motoring satisfaction and luxurious travel. Oh, standard features, interesting. It looks like the engine that you get here is a 2.9 EFI with a 4-speed auto, so it is the big 2.9, so I guess the S is kind of like an indication that it is a more sporty model, but I guess being the Granada, we're not really seeing it as that. And like I say, it doesn't have them red inserts on the bumpers, which is usually how Ford tell us it is a sporty model, at least on the normal GLS models. It also goes to tell us that it's got electrically controlled ABS, variable rate power assisted steering, integral front fog lights, motorised central locking, electrically operated and heated door mirrors, tinted glass, variable interval intermediate wipers, reverse gear, linkage, tailgate wash wipe and headlamp wash, colour keyed cut pile carpet, carpeted front door bins and rear door lower, quartz digital solid state multifunction clock with ambient temperature readout. We also have electric stereo sound system with separate power amplifier, 6 speakers and aerial incorporated in rear windscreen, tachometer, graphic information module, wood veneer instrument panel oblique, front and rear courtesy lights, driver's adjustable pneumatic lumbar support, front and rear fully adjustable head restraints. So, you know, like I say, it's pretty well equipped, so a nice car to have for sure. And then we get a few little images of those features that we've described. Unusual to show those wheel trims though. You know, it's got all these fancy features, but we're still going to have wheel trims. That's very Ford though, isn't it? But if we move down, we also get a glimpse of that dashboard. You can just about make out that little bit of a wood trim there, and you've got such niceties as a rev counter. So overall, it was not a badly equipped special edition for 89, really, is it? I would certainly be happy with this car in 1989. This time was around about the time, well, it was actually 88 when my dad got his Ford Sierra Sapphire 1.8L. And I can tell you, it certainly didn't have 99% of the features on this particular Granada, so it is a nicely equipped model. Let's have a look at the seats as well. As we look at the seats, a little bit of a note at the top there, a rare combination of power and luxury in a limited edition version of the revered Granada. And they do look pretty nice. Seats there, nice little armrest at the back as well, and a little bit of a two-tone look to the seats. And then finally at the bottom we get another image. I think it's the same image actually we get on the front cover of that Granada in this metallic green colour. And on the back on this particular leaflet style brochure, we've got the technical features, and it gives us some of those features and exterior and interior features and options you can get, as well as the colour choice. So let's zoom in on that and see exactly what we're getting. Okay, so it starts by telling us again about that 2.9 EFI engine with the 4-speed auto transmission you get. Looks like you haven't got any option but to get that auto transmission. Brakes, of course ABS, but of course that's a common thing on Granadas at this time. I'm not going to read it all out, but of course you can pause this screen if you want to look at it in any great detail. Let's just move down the page a little bit further. A little bit of a note about the suspension and the steering. So standard exterior features, body side mouldings, wide body tone with bright inserts, bumpers with that bright insert as well, fuel tank with high security lock, heated rear window, dual tone horn. A little bit of a list of the lights there, and them front lights are fog lights at the low down on the bumper. A little bit of a look at the locks. And we've also got electrically operated and heated door mirrors. We've also got a spoiler with a black air dam on front bumper, tinted glass, front and rear tow hooks. And like I say, we've just got steel wheels with those silver wheel covers, sadly. Front and rear wheel arch liners, laminated screen, wipers. And of course most of these features are what you will get on a Granada anyway. We've also got standard interior features, an ashtray, colour keyed cut pile carpet, a console, controls variously, door trim, grab handles, and like I say, if you do not want to read this in great detail, of course I think you should be able to pause it and read it for yourself. Grab handles, headlining cloth, heater ventilation system, and in-car entertainment, which we kind of mentioned inside the brochure. Instruments variously, speedometer, odometer, fuel gauge, etc, etc. We've also got that graphic information module incorporating 5-way door ajar, low air temperature, bulb outage monitors for side lights, headlights and brake lights. So quite comprehensive for a Granada of the time. What else have we got? A quartz solid state multifunction clock with ambient temperature readout, illuminated cigar lighter front and rear, instrument panel, seat belts, steering column brake and reach adjustable, steering wheel, 2-spoke soft feel with horn push, tilting sliding glass sunroof with louvered blind. Switches, illuminated, instrument panel auxiliary micro switches, electrically operated front and rear windows, tailgate gas struts. We've even got some factory optional features, so we've got an anti-theft alarm air conditioning, and yes, we could spec it to have just the 5-speed gearbox instead of the auto. Graphic equaliser, heated front windscreen, limited slip differential, paint, black, metallic, and self-levelling rear suspension. And then we can have the paint choice colours, so we can have these sort of solid colours of diamond white, galaxy blue, burgundy red or black, which it mentioned before as an extra cost item. And we can also have the metallic colours at extra cost, of course, Strator Silver, Mercury Grey, Tasman Blue, Aqua Jade, Magenta, Flint Grey, Olympic Gold, Antique Bronze, Sable and Satin Gold. And then right at the bottom here is where you would have your dealer stamp and of course the date of the brochure, which is February 1989. So there we go, there is the Saturday special edition for Granada GLS. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Many more episodes coming in the near future, so please don't forget to like and subscribe. But also, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do take care, and we'll see you very soon. Take care, and bye bye.